Yo, how's it going, everybody? It's the Masked Man, and you guys have been requesting a lot of webtoons, a lot of manhwas, such as God of High School and Tower of God. But I'm going to tell you those two series, they are nothing compared to what I'm about to introduce you. This will be the only webtoon you ever need to read, and it's called Dog Ningen. Actually, here I brought along the author of the series, DH Animations. I'll be linking his channel down in the description below, as well as the webtoon down in the description below. But go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy DH Animations.
So real quick, I'm just going to give my overall run through, and then I'll kind of like just ask you some questions about it. So the
All right,
overall
bet.
story of Dog Ningen, and you can cut me off and kind of correct me if you want to kind of explain things a little bit. You're the author of the story. But from what I've taken away from Dog Ningen is I think it's an amazing satire on the seinen demographic. So kind of like what Gintama and One Punch Man does, that's what Dog Ningen does, but it does it on a masterful level. Like, it's apparent that it obviously takes itself serious, but it doesn't come off as forced or cringe.
Yeah.
It actually is an intriguing story. The artwork it has that raw Hunter x Hunter Attack on Titan feel. You feel me when it comes to the artwork?
And shout out to my boy Serbian Hero, because Serbian Hero, like, it started out where I did like the web comic, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. My art was cheeks. Like, my art was horrible, bro. I'm gonna keep it a Benji. But then Serbian Hero came out the cut, and he was like, yeah, how about like I'll redraw like the webcomic chapters like with better art, and like maybe like expand on some of the stuff that happens in the story. Like the school shooting arc, for example. You know what I'm saying? That's a big arc in the Dog Ningen webcomic.
So what would you say, from what I take away, the protagonist is, it gives me like a Beastars kind of vibe, right? At least when it comes to protagonist, I automatically associate it being similar to Beastars. But what would you say is the thing you're trying to accomplish with your protagonist?
One of the big things is like how people deal with depression. And another thing is like I don't really want to spoil it, but like, you know, like it's like if you read like from the first chapter, you know, like he's like half dog, half man. And like because of that, like people kind of treat him like a freak. So like another thing that I'm trying to tackle is like how like people might fear like what they don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
All right, yeah, totally. I could totally see that with your character, as well as the overall trope of his writing. He's like a revenge character, like a Guts, like an Eren, like a Thorfinn Musashi. So like I get the typical like seinen protagonist vibes from him, which is really cool. Another thing that's interesting is you do have an overall consistent story, but the reason why I think it's kind of like a seinen Gintama is every episode of Gintama is like a different story. They're not fully connected. And so it seems like almost every other chapter with your webtoon and whatnot, it's kind of like their own individual story where Dog Ningen encounters a new villain, a new person, and he like completely changes them, or at least has some sort of interaction with them where they rethink who they are.
No, I was just gonna say like it's like a really like crazy cast, and like the fights are crazy. Like T-Rexes, like people fighting dinosaurs and stuff. Like, as I said, it's like a school shooting arc. What manga or webtoon do you know got a school shooting arc? Let me know now.
Gantz had a plaza shooting where the guy like wore blackface, but it wasn't a school shooting.
Yeah, cause like Dog Ningen is kind of built different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just.
Oh
built.
yeah, it's not for kids, by the way. Just like, clarifying that. Make sure you're like 18.
Yeah.
18 plus, 18 plus. Who would you say is your favorite character that you've made?
Probably Neo. That was like my favorite character to create. Like I really enjoyed making his backstory and stuff. And his design is just cool. He built different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was what, chapter 3?
Yeah, it was like chapters like 3 to like 4.
All right, yeah. All right. What would you say is the overall plan? Like, where do you want to take this? Do you want to kind of continue this parody feel at times of the demographic, where it's kind of like it's taking itself serious, but it's also kind of making fun of things that are built like this story? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or do you want to kind of like, what are you going for? Are you going for like a super long-term story like One Piece? Are you going for a more short, compact story like currently like Chainsaw Man? What's like your overall goal with this?
Well, it's not gonna be like on no One Piece type stuff. Like no disrespect to One Piece, but like you can't cop that joint is long. Like that joint is long, bro, and it's like hard
Right, yeah.
to watch sometimes because it's so long. But like,
Right.
it's gonna be more like a shorter. Like it's not gonna be like super short, but it's not gonna be like it's gonna be like a decent like side story. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, I got you.
like hopefully like one day it gets like an anime adaptation. It is gonna be kind of hard though, considering like some of the stuff that goes on like in the manga. You know what I'm saying?
You'd have to have like Netflix take it over or something like that.
Yeah, cause like it can be like very like sometimes it make Berserk look like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, there's sometimes I read this, I'm like, bro, I pray for you, honestly, dog.
Yeah.
Like I get done reading, I'm like, I gotta pray for DH.
Man, I don't know, man. Cause like when I first wrote like the story, I was like 16. I'm about to be like 19 now, like next month. So like my sense of humor was a little more like off the wall, if you know.
Right. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What would you say is the strongest points of your series? Like, where do you think your story stands out at its best? Like, where do you think it's at its best? Because, like, for One Piece, it's the world building. For Berserk, it's everything. But mainly the driving force between Guts and Griffith. You know, like Dragon Ball and Naruto, it's definitely the fight scenes. Naruto, it's the villains as well. Like, what would you say is the stuff you're most proud of when it comes to your story?
I think definitely the characters, and then like in the redraw, the fights,
Right.
Because the characters are like very unique. Like the main character is like a half dog, half man. Then there's like another character, and she's like half cat, half woman. And then there's like an assassin, and like, but he wants to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? But his dad wants him to be like an assassin. And then there's it's like a lot of unique characters. There's like some cops, but like these cops are built different. Like they're not like the other cops. Like they're like enhanced. You know what I'm saying? And
they
like
RoboCops. They RoboCops.
You know what I'm saying? So like
yeah.
definitely the characters and their backstories, like it's a little hard for me to like explain like too much
Without
in the
giving
detail.
examples. Yeah.
Yeah, like just kind of want to like spoil it. But like the characters and their backstories are really interesting, and like the struggles, the trials, tribulations that they go through, and the fight scenes like in the redraw, like my boy Serbian Hero, bruh, he be going crazy when he like adapts like the webcomic fights into like the redraw, like it's on like that official manga level. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, I think the quality of it's apparent. Like I don't read this and I think this is something that could genuinely be taken serious when it comes to a webtoon or a webcomic. I personally think, if I'm being completely honest with you, it's better than some of the stuff I've read this year. I'm talking about stuff like Demon Slayer, other things. Like I'm serious. Like your thing is easily better than Demon Slayer.
You think?
You know,
I think it's better?
Yeah, bro, easily. I think it. Depending on how good you can take this further, I think it could be near that like Chainsaw Man level tier.
Yo, I appreciate
I'm not
that,
holding
bro.
you. I'm not saying this too because you just my bro. Because you know I don't hold back roasting my friends, but
yeah,
I think this has serious potential.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you never know, cause like I think partially the unique story like is like another reason why, you know, like it's built different. Like it's not like the average like I want to be the next fart emperor of the Dookie land or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like built different.
I got you. Yeah, it's kind of like when you first read something like Dorohedoro or Gantz, or you read. I'm trying to think what else really struck me as super unique when I first picked it up, like Made in Abyss, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like when you read it, you know this is unique and it's gonna leave its own imprint. I think that's what this is. For me, I think it could be groundbreaking pretty much.
I appreciate it, yo.
So that's my overall thoughts. I think this is the only webtoon you will need. If you ever do read one, this is the one I would recommend to you. So with that being said, again, make sure you check it out. I'm going to be leaving the link to it down in the description below. Spread the news. Tell your friends, friends who are of appropriate age. And thanks, DH, for coming along, bro. It was lit to be able to kind of like interview you.
Hey, thanks for having me on, yo.
So, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. That way you're notified when a new video pops up on some of your favorite anime, manga, or whatever content. And as always, this has been The Masked Man. Hope everyone has a blessed rest of the day, and peace.